Greetings, fellow traveler and viewer. Welcome to Sleep Tarot, where we do tarot card readings in a slow and quiet style. Today we're going to be asking, what kind of light is coming into your life? But before we begin, please keep in mind that this is a broad reading, so if you find a specific idea or theme during the reading that you feel a strong connection to, bring it along with you on your journey. And if not, let it float on by. We do pick a card readings, and we do them slightly differently. We will draw 3 cards, but before revealing the cards, we will assign an item to each, giving you an opportunity to choose your reading based on how you resonate with the item, and then a second one once the cards are revealed. Perhaps the card reveal will reaffirm your initial decision, or it may open new pathways for you to consider. Feel free to watch one or all of the readings, because remember, the choice to explore is always up to you. Now, we also will be assigning zodiac signs to each reading, so we will draw 4 stones with the zodiac symbols on each, and we will assign 1 or 4 to each reading, giving you an opportunity to choose your reading also based on your sun, moon, and rising sign. Now this card just wanted to pop out, that's why I drew an extra one. So let's take a look at what this is. Interesting, the star. So we were asking what kind of light is coming into your life. Perhaps this is a healing light. So let's continue on with the rest of the readings. We're going to keep this along the journey with us throughout the rest of the readings, because it was just a 4th card that really was sticking out, and I thought, hey, let's just draw it too, and it makes a lot of sense. Since we're asking what kind of light is coming into your life, well, I'll just say right now it's a healing one, but let's get a little bit more detailed about it, and we'll draw the zodiac signs now. I'll put this to the side for now. I hope you're doing well. Okay, actually, we're going to draw the cards first, so we'll reveal the cards. For the pyrite, oh, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself here. We also want to just take a look at the items. So for the first item, we have the pyrite crystal, and this is what it looks like. It's a pretty big chunk of pyrite on some sort of matrix, if you're into the crystal terminology. Matrix, like some kind of base stone, but the crystal grows on top. We have the fossil for the second reading, this helix fossil. Maybe it's an ammonite fossil. And then finally we have quartz crystal, this pink quartz. Okay, don't leave these out in the light. Apparently that actually causes them to fade in their pink color. A little, now you know. Okay, so for the first reading, we're going to draw or reveal the card, and it is the Fool. Wow, okay, so first reading, we're going to have the Fool. We're going to have a brand new start, some kind of new beginning here. And we have, interesting enough, we have pyrite and the Fool. We have fool's gold and the Fool. I like pyrite a lot. I don't think it's foolish, and well, it could be foolish if you think it's actual gold, but it's its own thing, right? And this is a new journey, a new beginning. It's also the end of an old journey, but you know, all journeys have a beginning and an end. And this is a beginning of one and the end of an old. And this is taking the daring leap to go into the unknown. A very important aspect of any hero's journey. Okay, and then we have, revealing for group number 2, we have the King of Wands. So entrepreneurial spirit, creative, charisma. Interesting. With the fossil, perhaps some kind of innovative reimagining of an old solution or an old way of doing things, reimagining it. And finally, for group number 3 with the rose quartz, we have the High Priestess. And interestingly enough, the High Priestess and the star, they feel like they go together really well, because the priestess is of like the moon, and then you have the star, which is like healing, water, like, you know, the sense of like that light that you can follow to make your life one of healing and growth. And then here we have an unknown, very strong energy that's kind of boiling beneath the surface, but also, you know, there's an intuitive nature to the High Priestess, and also like a very like strong energy that's kind of locked in place that's going to eventually break free. And that's for, we have rose quartz. Okay. So now let's take a moment. I'll let you choose based on both the item and the card. Okay, now let's draw our zodiac signs. For group number 1, we're just going to draw 3 or 4 stones because we only have 3 readings. 4 stones out of the bag. I'm just going by feel. Okay, just to get them. We have 4. So for group number 1, we have Scorpio, Capricorn. And then we have Sagittarius and Aries. Well, Aries in the first... Interesting. You have Aries, which is the first sign in the zodiac. You also have the Fool, which is not technically the first. It's the first and the last, but it is the first. And then we have the first reading. So a lot of, if you're a leader or you're someone who kind of jumps into the fray, this might be your reading. That's for sure. Interesting. With the Scorpio and the Sagittarius as well. Look at that. Okay. A lot of driving force energy in this first reading. Interesting. Okay. And the second reading, we have, I'm actually going to move this a little bit here. That looks better. Okay. Okay, we have 4 here. We have Virgo, Leo, Libra, and Taurus. Okay. Interesting combination there. Leo with the wands. Look at that. You have Leo with the lion energy, that creative, like charismatic energy there. Interesting. Bring the lion out kind of energy. We also have Libra and Taurus, so kind of, and Virgo. Interesting. These are interesting dynamics. Okay. And then that leaves the last 4 for group number 3. We have Pisces, Cancer, Aquarius, and Gemini. Okay, so like a mix of air and water here. Interesting. And also Pisces is the last sign in the zodiac, and we have Pisces in the last reading. So this is more of a final kind of situation, one of those, maturing into the realization of the entire storyline. It's interesting. We have the beginning and the end here. Really cool. Remember, all ends could turn into beginnings again. And also, rose quartzes can be assigned to a healing property nature to it. So we have a lot of healing nature. We have an interesting cycle going on even before we've begun a reading. I'm excited for this reading. Okay, and I'll give you a moment to choose your reading based on all the different avenues for you to explore, the different pathways towards a reading. And I'd like to gently remind everybody that if you enjoy these readings, please please subscribe, because it really does benefit this channel as a new channel. Subscriptions and whatever you do, watching or commenting or liking the video, really does tremendously help with this channel when it's growing as a new channel. So it's greatly appreciated, and we thank you. Okay, let's begin with group number 1. Greetings, group number 1. You chose your reading perhaps based on the pyrite crystal, or perhaps it was the Fool card that you chose, or maybe your sun, moon, and rising, Scorpio, Capricorn, Aries, and Sagittarius. A lot of driving force energy in this pile. Now I just kind of find it funny that the Fool is going along with Fool's Gold. Pyrite's other word or nickname is Fool's Gold because it has a somewhat golden tint to it. Although if you've ever seen gold versus pyrite, if you've seen them together, you can tell that they're very different. Pyrite has a slightly less saturated color to it, and it also has these like square crystalline formations. You can see those cubes, whereas with gold it would be more free-flowing formation. It doesn't look quite like this structured or crystalline. Okay, so let's begin. I like both, though. I mean, I do like gold, but pyrite is beautiful in its own right. Okay. So, let's begin this reading. I hope you're doing well. Group number 1, how are you doing? Are you ready to start something new? Well, that just popped out. We're going to be drawing 5 cards. Okay. and then we will continue on. We'll draw 5 cards to begin with. We'll draw more cards later. Okay, and this one. Looks like the cards pick themselves today. Okay, just move this over so we have everything in view. And we will begin revealing the cards. So, in the current position, we have the Empress. Okay, a lot of strong energy here. A lot of strong energy to begin with in the present moment. One of creative drive, of really being a creatrix, being able to bestow new things into the world, a connection to nature as well. The Empress is one of really command of intuitive and emotionally creative drive. Also being able, or drive isn't maybe not the right word, but being very, very in command of the more intuitive elements of life, and also being able to truly like create abundance and supply that to others as well. In the past position, we have 6 of Cups, so some kind of memory of the past, or perhaps a meeting with someone, an old friend. And then we have in the past Judgment. You might have judged some situation, or you might have been judged in some situation. Also, there could have been a pretty strong choice that was made that made you go in a different direction recently. And I'm not just saying that because of the Fool, but I'm saying it because you have this 6 of Cups into the Empress. You know, this kind of like judging who you want to stay in touch with, judging who you want to be in your life moving forward. And it's not based on necessarily any sort of like argument or something. It's more just based on trusting your instincts and knowing what's best for you. Okay, so in the future we have 5 of Pentacles, future position I should say, 5 of Pentacles, which is somewhat felt left out. But this could be something where you have to face it and you knew you had to face it already. And then in the final position, we have the Well, which is an oracle card, not a traditional tarot card. And this card is a sense of, actually it ties really well with Empress. It is a creatrix card. It's a source of abundance, a source of ideas. So perhaps having chosen to go off on your own, you are going to be put in a position where you will be the source of a new concept or a new idea, or of a creative solution to a problem, or a creative means of creating a world you want in your life, like bringing the elements together that you want in your life. You're going to find the source for that. Let's go a little deeper. You know, I normally draw the Golden Art Nouveau tarot deck now, but I'm actually going to just keep drawing from this deck. I think we're going to continue drawing from the Luna Edition deck. I just had this like feeling that we want to draw from here. Okay, so we're going to clarify these cards. Have you decided to, it's interesting, have you decided to move on your own in some way of life where you are no longer relying on, or perhaps not seeing friends as often? There we go. Okay. And this one. Clarifying the Empress in the current position. We have 2 of Pentacles, some choice to be made in perhaps regarding to a job or relationship situation. In the past, clarifying the 6 of Cups, we had the Magician, and it's kind of a situation that might have been, perhaps you realize you manifested it and it was something that needed to happen, but you realize that you had your part in whatever happened. Okay, and then finally we have 6 of Wands. So perhaps you were celebrating something with people in the past, but it ended up being one situation that, it didn't turn out the same way as you expected. Maybe it wasn't like as like it was a celebration, it was a party or something, but perhaps it turned into a situation where you had to make a judgment call. Okay. In the future position, we have the Hermit, and interestingly enough, goes with 5 of Pentacles. This is a very strong clarification of going it your own way for a little while. finding that source of energy within yourself. The hermit is holding the light, and the light is within themselves. In fact, that's kind of the point of the hermit, is to find wisdom within oneself, that source, that creative drive, that source of abundance. Actually is interestingly enough tied in this triangle to, it might feel like a little bit of loneliness, but what's actually happening is you're finding a source of light for yourself that you can draw from anytime, because it's your connection to that abundance. You're connecting to a source. Okay, and then we have the Knight of Cups. This is a figure that is more joyful, a little playful, able to, tap into emotions in a very lighthearted but also like intelligent way, one where someone's wise in their capabilities of making someone laugh. This person can be that kind of person who makes somebody laugh, who makes somebody realize, like, things aren't exactly the way they thought. Like maybe someone's sad, that you can put, kind of cry on this person's shoulder, because they'll find a way to lighten your day. And this could be an energy that you embody yourself or someone that you're meeting in the future. Finding the humor, finding the light again. You might have gone through a little bit of a rough patch in the past. When I say a little bit of a rough patch, I mean it could be pretty significant. I'm not trying to make light of it at all. I'm not trying to, dismiss it. This could have been a very challenging situation in the past, with the judgment indicating that to me. Going into and also new beginnings, going into the Empress with a choice, and then this kind of sadness here can come from having been, maybe not seeing friends as much as one used to, or perhaps not seeing, kind of separating somebody from, you might be leaving a relationship in some way, or you might be adding some barrier or boundaries or distance to a relationship in order to protect yourself, because you might need to find that source of inspiration and energy from yourself moving forward. But there's always people that you're going to meet. There's always going to be new perspectives that allow you to kind of take a little bit more happy approach to how you view what happened in the past. You might it might be one of those things where your heart gets a little lighter now, because you've chosen to make the hard decision, but the one that really does bring you to yourself and empowers you. Okay, let's do a little clarification with a smaller deck. We're just going to avoid the Golden Art Nouveau deck for this reading. Maybe it's because the Fool's Gold is kind of, maybe that's why. Maybe we should draw from, I'm on the fence here. We'll just draw from here for now. We'll see. Okay. Clarifying Empress and Two of Pentacles. We have Three of Pentacles. Interesting. So I was saying you're kind of going in alone, but actually, Three of Pentacles is working together in a team. You have a choice, okay? Four of Swords, clarifying, Magician, and the Six of Cups. Okay, yeah, this could have been like you're healing from a separation of some sort. In the past, we have Ace of Pentacles. So this could have been some kind of, new choice you made to make money, or this could have been a new beginning in your way of looking at monetary wealth, or but it combined with the Six of Wands and Judgment, it feels more like you're kind of like actually looking more so where you're going to put your energy, not so much money in this reading. Okay, this is like where you're putting a new place to put your energy. And clarifying the Hermit and Five of Pentacles. Yeah, be strong. Be strong. You are a strong person. Stay strong. You're going to find that light. You're going to find it. Okay, and with clarifying the Well and the Knight of Cups, we have the Ten of Wands. A lot of life lessons. You might feel burdened, but if you find that person or you find that perspective that makes you laugh, hold on to that, because you're gonna need that. I mean, everyone needs it. It's not just like you're gonna need it. It's everyone needs it. That sense of like, hey, kind of laughing in a situation, even if it is one where you otherwise would cry. You gotta laugh. Okay, so life lessons, and I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read the Well card, just because it's not a traditional tarot card, so we might want to just get a little bit better understanding of how the people who created this deck view this card. And I think it's a very nice reading, and I tend to try to read it when it pops up. Okay. So, the Well. The Well is the birthplace of ideas, inspiration, and transformation. All things are birthed from this creatrix, whose knowledge flows freely to those who seek it. Nurturing, opportunity, nature, creativity. Okay. And just a final note, we're going to read the Star. Because this is a healing process. What's going on here is a new journey of healing, and we're going to read this one as well. The star is the light you seek when you enter a new phase of life. She reminds you that you are connected to the universe, and all the wisdom you seek is available. The star card signifies that now is the time for you to embrace new ideas and growth. Renewal, hope, serenity, and clarity. Yeah, this is a pattern. You're going to find that source. You're going to tap into that energy to heal yourself. You're going to find the right path. You might have been making some hard decisions, and you might be kind of feeling a little sad about it. You might be feeling a little lonely, but if you stay strong, you are going to tap into that because it's within you. Close your eyes and just envision a future. Like, pick a future, any future. Envision it and imagine how you feel if that future unfolds. Do that a few times. Okay. Group number 1. You are a driving force. You're taking command of your life. You are a strong person who has inner light. Follow that light, and you will find a beautiful life for yourself. Okay. Group number 1, please subscribe so that you can see me again. Take care. Greetings, group number 2. Reading number 2, welcome to your reading. I hope you're doing well today. You chose your reading perhaps based on the fossil, the King of Wands, or perhaps your sun, moon, and rising sign, Virgo, Taurus, Libra, and Leo. How you doing today? Ooh, we got some cards coming out. I think that's enough. Oh, we already have. Oh, okay. We'll put this to the side. We got our reading here. Came right out. It's kind of forming itself. There we go. Okay. That was rather convenient. Okay, in the current position, reading number 2, we have Ten of Swords. Okay, so there was a big ending of a cycle just recently for you. In the past, there's a lot of choices. 7 of Cups. And we have the Lovers. Okay. Perhaps a recent breakup. A lot of choices to be made, and an end of a cycle. In the future position, we have Temperance, Patience, Transmutation, and we have 9 of Cups, sense of pride. Having put a lot of effort in, and coming to a situation where you can say you're emotionally really in a resilient place because of the work you put into it. Interesting. Okay. Two different pathways we could see this. This could have been, you realized that the love interest that you had was not the right choice. You wanted to make a new choice, so you ended it. You completed the cycle. The relationship's over. This could be a friendship as well, or it could be, some form of, since we have King of Wands here, some form of perhaps a venture of some sort. Maybe like you had a partnership in business. I just realized the window's still open. I'm going to go close it. Sorry, group number 2. I hope that was not too distracting when the window was open. I just heard the birds chirping, and, it's always nice to hear birds chirping, but if it gets a little too distracting, the video might not be something you'd want to watch. So let's reveal this now, since it popped out. Four of Cups. Okay. So Four of Cups is like, in some ways, it can be contemplation. Something good's coming your way. There could be a new message that's going to come into your life or a new perspective, but it's coming your way, and you're just going to meditate for a little while and just be at rest in some ways. This is kind of like almost a counter to Four of Swords, which is like, like kind of a calming. You need to rest. This is kind of, you need to contemplate in some ways. Not maybe that you need to, but you're able to contemplate and find wisdom through patience and maybe just silence. Meditation is very important. This is a card that I like to say is like a good card to remind people that, if you've never meditated before, or perhaps prayer, whatever it is that helps you find calm and peace, if you're interested in exploring that, I highly recommend just learning a little bit about meditation as well. Okay. So, we're not going to completely cover that, but that's just a little bit of clarifying there. Rest after. You're going to be proud of what you've done. Proud of putting yourself and transforming. This is a card of transformation in many ways. Transforming your, what was once like this tough situation into one that you can be proud of and look back on proudly. You're also going to be someone who really has capabilities in the future. You are someone who has capabilities, emotional resilience in many ways. Also creative ideas. You have creative ideas, a lot of ways of looking at the world and paths to take. There are many paths for you because you can imagine them. Okay, let's clarify a little bit and go a little deeper. In the last reading, I did not use the Golden Art Nouveau deck, so we're not going to do that for this reading, for today's readings. Unless I feel like we really need a card from there. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Clarifying Ten of Swords and Four of Cups, we have Three of Cups, okay. Clarifying Seven of Cups, we have Three of Pentacles, threes, okay. And clarifying the Lovers, we have Hierophant. Perhaps whatever relationship you had in the past was one based on like traditional ideas, like kind of what you thought you had to do or what you should do, because that's just like what everybody does, is kind of the feeling. But or it could be, hey, I always hang out with these people because it would be rude not to, kind of, or I like them and like, but maybe it doesn't work out, but like, those kind of situations where you're kind of pressured by tradition or standard practice, and then here we have like choice of like who to interact with, who to partner with in some ways. This has a different track now with this card. We could have like, who do you study with? Who do you work with? This might not be necessarily a love interest, although it does feel like this is about relationships and how you connect with people. Maybe maybe you get kind of tired when you go out with people nowadays. Yeah, because we have like the Three of Cups alongside Four of Cups. Interesting. But you might be transforming that sense that maybe your perspective is going to change very soon. Okay, yeah, it seems like you're kind of fighting yourself in a way. We have the Nine of Cups, and we have the Hanged Man finally. So like a choice to kind of move on is like yours. You can transform yourself. You can transform yourself into someone who's gregarious, who actually gains energy from being in social interactions. That is coming to you. This is kind of what's the perspective that you need to feel more energy after you've been with someone rather than feeling drained. How do you put yourself out there so that you can be a source of radiance and abundance, but not one that gets tapped into in a zero-sum situation. So zero-sum is where, it's like you have one pie. If someone takes a half a pie, there's only half left, right? So like if you put yourself in a situation with people, and you feel kind of drained, it might be a situation where there's kind of a sense of transactional energy there, where you're giving and taking rather than like combining to perform something new, to create something more vibrant. When you're mixing together, do you create something truly that transcends the what you would get if you just added everything together, right? That sense of transformation. Like, instead of it being addition, is it multiplication? Or is it just addition? What's the wisdom here? There's a wisdom coming in. The hangman is a wise figure who knows when to let go of what's keeping them in place. You're proud too. Emotional resilience. What gives you a sense of pride? And one that doesn't, like, that other people don't feel like jealous of. They feel like, oh, this is something that, benefits all of us. Like, your presence benefits all of us. What gives that sense to the situation? Where do you create that element that benefits everyone, including yourself? Where everyone's lifted, everyone's elevated by your presence. What kind of energy do you have that allows you to give that to people? Because you have it. People want that from you, but it's kind of a situation where you might be feeling almost drained every time you give it out now. And that could be because it's just not combining in a way that multiplies with other people's energies right now. And that is fine, like, if you want to be alone, but it could be a situation where you want to be with people. And in this case, find that element of yourself that can really go back and forth with other people and bring light into everybody's life. Bring light into their heart and yours. And they will tap into that energy themselves, because they will start bringing out that energy within themselves too. But how do you bring that out in all of us, right? Like, how do we bring that out in all of us? That's the question here. How do we transmute that energy, or transform that energy into something that really just brings us all into a sense of contentment and comfort, and really feeling like, we all choose to be together in this situation rather than feeling like we're required to be. That's the kind of situation we're moving towards, and one where we're taking old relationships, old situations, old ways of being, and adding a creative twist to them. And hey, you got some Leo, you got some Libra energy, so there's like that thinking about it, that kind of energy there. Taurus is the more traditional. Virgo is also in some ways more of a traditional situation. So like, this is kind of that kind of dynamic of taking the traditions and kind of recombining them. It's an end of an old, like, all these ways of where we're supposed to be doing things. No. How do we take hold of this? Because we have the energy to light that spark in all of us. We're gonna do it. That's what's happening here. Let's do a little bit of clarification, and we'll go a little deeper. What do you do that's like unique? Group number 2. You have a unique sense of yourself. Ooh, okay. Well, that fell here, so we'll just leave that there as a clarifying there. And this one. And this one. Okay. So we have, so like, this could be kind of family. You find family dynamics. We have the Ten of Pentacles in the current position, clarifying the 3 of Cups, the 10 of Swords, and the 4 of Cups. Family reunion kind of energy. And then we have another 10 of Swords here. Yeah, you really wanted to end a way of how you viewed or how you engage in a relationship. You've been putting in work, you really have. Okay, we're with the 7 of Pentacles on 3 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Cups. Lots of choices of who to be with, putting in effort, maybe not getting what you need in those relationships. And then, in some ways that's partially because you're not bringing in the energy you need in that relationship either. So let's move forward and see what clarifies Temperance and 7 of Wands. We have the Star. Okay, so healing. This is a healing point. This is a point where, you're kind of fed up and you're like, enough is enough. And it's not about going and just like completely separating yourself from people, although you might be choosing to in some circumstances. But for the most part, with family, this might be enough is enough. I'm going to reclaim my energy and bring it back into a situation where when I'm with people, it's one that lights more torches and brings us all together. It lights more spark. It brings out the light in all of us rather than it's just giving. It's actually, combining and transforming and lighting it and making it really beautiful, like that kind of energy. Okay. And then we're going to get this like proud moment, this comfortable pride moment where you're very wise in choosing where you want to be. And that is clarified by Three of Pentacles again. So yeah, so this is like a relationship, family, working together kind of. We all have our own unique talents, unique things we bring to the table. And when we combine them in the right way, we transform what we have as singular people into something that is truly powerful and empowering and beautiful and healing. And that's something that needs to happen here. It's something that will happen because you're going to put your effort into it. You're going to think about, how do I bring more of myself to the table instead of just like allowing everything to kind of sift around the way it has been? How am I going to, transform something? This is one of those situations where we have, what's a good example? A real life example. This is kind of adding value to a situation, right? This is a situation where you have, let's just say carving, or woodworking. You have blocks of wood that you can turn into a shelf, a cabinet. It can be something that, a chair. You're taking the raw material of what everybody's bringing together, and maybe someone has like the saw, maybe someone has the wood, maybe someone has the nails. Instead, if you just throw it all together and everyone's like, well, I need that, I need that, I need that, what happens? Well, everyone just has a few nails, a few pieces of wood, a few, a saw or a tool or a hammer, right? Like what happened? No. We gotta work together here. We gotta put those legs, we gotta saw the legs, we gotta nail them to the base. We have to make sure that the back is upright. We, use the tools of measurement, use the tools of raw material, raw knowledge, and combine it with other people's skill sets and what other people have in order to create something that now benefits everyone. Now we have a chair. Now we can work together. Now we have something that actually is completely new and is not just the raw materials of a situation, but is actually transformative and enlightening and uplifting and empowering. We're going to work together towards that. This is a healing energy here where we have to heal together. Although you might have separated yourself from other people, that's okay. In some cases that's necessary. But when it comes to other relationships, you might be feeling a little sour because of a past relationship that really went bad and it's kind of clouding over everything else. Remember, you have the capability of creating that, creating that chair, creating that marvelous new element, that new like group dynamic. Remember, the star was what popped out, was the fourth card in the reading, and this is going to apply to every reading today. And we have the star card here as well. So this is a very healing energy for everybody here. And I can't wait to hear in the comments how maybe you said just the right thing at the right time that made everybody laugh. And then everyone starts to like warm up and open up and kind of offer a little bit more to the table so we can all work together and figure out how to move forward and make the world a happier, more comfortable, more secure place. Okay, group number 2. This has been a beautiful reading. I can't wait to hear how you're doing. Please subscribe so you can see more of me in the future. Take care. Hey, group number 3. How you doing today? I hope you're doing well. You chose your reading perhaps based on the Rose Quartz or the High Priestess card. Or perhaps you chose based on the zodiac signs. Pisces, Gemini, Cancer, or Aquarius. This could apply to your sun, moon, or rising sign. We're gonna draw 5 cards to begin with. Let's move these over though, so that everything's in view. Okay. And we're not drawing, well, I'm drawing mainly from this deck today. And this is the Ethereal Visions tarot deck. Move that even more. I might have to, actually 1 second, sorry, let me just move the camera just slightly to get everything in view. Okay. Okay, that's a little better. So you can see everything more clearly. Great. How you doing today? I think I asked that already, but there we go. Okay, in the current position, we have the Three of Pentacles working together. Everyone having their own unique skill and their own unique element to offer to a situation in order to build a better place. Okay, in the past position, we have Two of Cups. The combining of comparable energies or compatible energies or complementary energies. And finally, we have the Magician in the past. Manifestation of, well, just the master manifester, like being able to really bring yourself or create or manifest what you want in the world. You're capable. Okay. This is all with the High Priestess, which is one of intuition, of real highly developed intuition. Okay. In the future position, we have Six of Swords, kind of a commitment to a journey, moving on. And we have the Knight of Swords, like having a really strong command of an idea and willing to rush in and take advantage of this idea very quickly. Okay. Well, this is a very empowering energy here. Someone who really knows how to create what they want. They know how to combine the right energies. This could be partnerships and working together with the right people, the right team to really move forward and create a driving force. You know, committing to this is one of those things. Like through commitment, you're coming to have command over a situation. Let's go a little deeper. Let's draw 5 more and clarify these cards. Okay. Okay. Aha. Okay. So clarifying Three of Pentacles, teamwork, having a very unique skill set, working together to, it takes a village kind of energy, working together. We have Nine of Pentacles. Well, that's nice to see together. This could be something where there's an endeavor or a project that you're working together with someone on, and you're seeing a lot of fruitful benefit to it. Moving quickly, and this is, interestingly enough, we have the two energies together. Again, you have the white and black cup, the white and black Sphinx, working together to like taking these energies that work, that have their own elements. The same with Three of Pentacles. It's taking everyone's unique element, or every energy's unique element, and working together to create something new and better. Okay. And we have strength. Okay, so look at that strength. Strength in your manifestations, being strong in your vision. Okay. Committing. We have this commitment with the Six of Swords. But let's clarify that. We have, okay, Five of Pentacles. So this could be kind of going on your own situation in some ways. And we have the Nine of Wands. So a sense of like really having accomplished a lot, really putting in the effort. It's interesting. The Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Wands are these kind of two sides of a coin. It's just more a matter of perspective. The Nine of Pentacles is one where you put in a lot of effort and you're seeing it grow. The Nine of Wands is more so you've put in a lot of effort, you fought the good fight, but you're like, when is it going to end? When is it going to come to a point where I've benefited from all this work? You don't see the process. You don't see the progress, you haven't seen the progress in a way, and that could be a matter of perspective. It could also be a matter of just the nature of what you're doing might not be quite as directly, like easily observable, the results of what you're doing. So they're two sides of the same coin. They're nines. They're almost at the end. They're almost there, where there's this big beautiful moment of having reached the end of a cycle, having accomplished or found that needed item and brought it back to where you need to be with it. And when I say item, it could be idea, it could be a skill, it could be a relationship, the connection. It could be that sense of necessary elements combined together, and you're bringing it back into your world. You've gone out to find it because you have the Six of Swords here. This is kind of a journey adventure. You have the Chariot diagonal to Six of Swords. There is a movement. It could be working together. It could be exploration of how you interact with people. You might have seen a different side to people after having maybe seen a different side of yourself. And this is one of those things that takes time to integrate. And with the nines, you are almost there to the strength. You're going to have this strength, but you just might not see it yet. A very strong diagonal here too. We have the upward diagonals I consider to be very, very strong. Downward diagonals are also very strong as well. Manifestation into this. So perhaps you're putting a lot of effort into the work and you're not really seeing the results, but that's okay, because the 9 means the 10 is coming around the corner. Okay, let's do a little bit more clarifying. Let's go a little deeper. I'm just going to draw from the top. Ooh, never mind. Okay. I was about to just draw from the top, but then the cards started popping out. Okay. Clarifying, 3 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. We have 4 of Pentacles, so be mindful of where you spend your money. That's just all these pentacles together. It's just a reminder or where you put your energy. Have set boundaries in relationships so that people respect when you've done enough. Okay. 2 of Cups and the Chariot, this balancing of very strong energies, very strong movement energies, compatible and complementary energies. We have the Hierophant, so this could be like some form of traditional perspective of how to handle relationships. Perhaps there's some kind of, this could be a union in some ways, this could be marriage of some sort, or this could be just commitment to traditional family values in some way. And then in the past, we have 2 of Pentacles. So choices, choosing where you want to go with your mind, choosing what you visualize and what direction you want to go is very important. Clarifying, 6 of Swords and 5 of Pentacles. 4 of Wands, a rather interesting combination there. You're trying to reach that 4 of Wands. You're trying to reach some kind of foundation. Clarifying, the 9 of Wands and the Knight of Swords. We have Justice. So like having real command over your ability to decide is going to be important. Choosing what you want. What do you want, group number 3? Like, what is it that you really want? Because that's going to be where you go. Don't fixate on what you think you should want. Focus on what you actually want. And you can ask yourself, why do I want this? Like, why do I want this? If it feels like it's against what you think you should want, like maybe you're being pressured by friends or family or something, like some kind of outside concept of how things should be, you have this, well, this is what everybody else thinks I should do, so this is what I should. No. What do you think you should do? Because you're going to find, what's best for you. So asking why you want that, though, is a nice way of finding a means towards what you actually want. Because sometimes what you think you want is just on the one layer. What you actually want is a little deeper. And it doesn't have to be the way you think it should be. Because the thought of how you think it should be might be based more on how you've been told how it should be. Not so much what you really need. You might be able to make something work once you realize what the true desire is that you hold. Okay. And this is healing. I mean, there's going to be an intuitive nature to this. You're going to have a gut feeling about like what it is that you need to move forward in. Okay, I'm going to draw one card. I didn't do this for the other 2 readings, so this is for some reason I felt the need that just this reading gets the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot deck. We'll see. Okay, strength. Strength. Resilience. We had the strength here and strength here. Be strong in your convictions. Be strong on knowing what you want in life. And remember that this is a healing journey, because we drew this card in the beginning and we're applying it to every reading. The star is applied to every reading. The sense of finding that inner light. Find the inner light within yourself that lets you see the path forward for you. You're not sure what you want yet, but being strong with what you're visualizing. This is a practice I've been thinking about. If you close your eyes and just imagine a path in your life. Imagine one specific path. It could be anything. If you're not sure where you want to go, just imagine one. I'll say like, I choose this major, or I go with this job, or I commit to this relationship. Picture what happens and how do you feel? Do it 5 more times. Do it 5 more times. Try another path, or at least 3. Try another path. Go this way. Okay, how does it make you feel? After you've done this a few times, really spend some time with each one though. After you've done this, spend some time thinking about, well, which ones would you rather do? And kind of allow yourself to let go of those paths that you just realize aren't the where you'd want to end up anyway. Be strong in your ability to do this. Like, focus on this. Put effort into this and visualize that beautiful relationship you want. And that will heal you, because you will then be able to set boundaries and guidelines for how you want to move forward. And you'll be able to move forward quickly and with confidence once you realize this is a path that will bring me joy. Okay, group number 3, I hope you're doing well. Please subscribe if you want to see more of me. I can't wait to hear how you're doing in the comments. Take care.